Welcome back, everyone, to the Cross Up Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, aka Son of Aries. I'm here with my other co-host, Alan, and everyone else because I can't look at the names right now. But
Damn.
we're here to talk about. No, somebody interrupted me, so now my whole flow is off. We're here to talk about the Video Game Awards, and we're just gonna go basically down the list, look at everything that is nominated. We're gonna sacrifice Alan's account for the vote so we can see how close we got towards when it comes out. And then I'm sure we're going to have a lot of opinions because I've heard that this Video Game Awards, especially like the people that, or the games that got nominated, is very controversial.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to hear what we all have to say about it. Also, Gen X here has some news for us before we get started.
What? I didn't say it was big news. I just said
I said some news.
Has news.
I said some news, not big news. Little news, medium news.
I heard big news. But anyway, Virtua Fighter 5 is coming out on PC next month, and I'm excited for it.
I am excited for that. But
we're excited that Virtua Fighter is finally being on PC. If you like Virtua Fighter, this is the time. This is the time.
Why did it take so long?
That's a good question. It's a 20-year-old game.
Yeah.
So
we could have.
Was it hard to emulate, or was it not emulated before?
It was easy. It was never emulated on PC anywhere.
Wow.
This is the first one on PC for a 20-year-old game that came out in 2014.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. 20. Wait, what the fuck?
It was
Am I that old?
It was 2010.
2004.
No, wait,
Virtual 2004.
Wait, Virtua Fighter 5 came out in 2004?
Fucking guess, dude.
No, if it's 20 years old, then yes.
Yeah, 5.
That is how math works.
2006.
2006.
Okay, so not
Jesus
quite 20
Christ. Yeah, you're right.
But
it is almost 20 years.
Still old as shit.
That's crazy.
And then now they also have a new Virtua Fighter in development, so I'm very excited for that.
What's the price going to be? Is it under $30?
I have no idea.
No.
I can probably check right now. Well, let's find out. If it's under $30, that's a for sure buy right there. It is not listed.
That's not listed.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
add to wish list. Sure, I'll
Add to wish list. There you go.
There you go. All right. Cool. Happy for you guys.
So we're gonna be going backwards on this fucking Game Awards and categories and stuff because I don't know who okayed this. Geoff Keighley, please. Why is Game of the Year at the beginning and all the other big announcements? So it's it starts off Game of the Year, and then you just start voting. I went through it a little bit just to see kind of what was there, and then you go from the really big awards and the thing that cares about, and it ends with the esports teams and the indie games and stuff like that. It should be reversed. You should be doing this shit first. And so we'll go over this. Jeremy already has opinions because he apparently hates that these people are even mentioned at the Game Awards.
Ooh.
It's not that they're mentioned, is that I feel like there should be a separate awards just for esports. That's just my opinion.
I mean, I'm surprised we even have the Game Awards to begin with the amount of people fucking complain about. You think they're gonna do the Game Awards and then the esports games awards?
Look, man, I just live here, dude. They can do what the fuck they want.
I mean, they do have a streamer awards.
They do, but that's also streamer ran. That's community ran.
We'll get there too.
Oh, I thought Twitch ran it.
No,
That's
I mean,
you just have the esports guys on that then.
Because I'm sure Twitch helps, but I know that I think it was community idea that they began running, and then they asked Twitch for help. I think I don't remember.
And then immediately got mad about.
Yeah.
So I remember that. Okay. Well, who does anybody have any strong opinions on any of these teams?
I only know 2 of these teams.
I mean, I know I know all of them, but I don't I guess. I mean, there's 3 League of Legends teams here, which I don't know why. I guess because Worlds just happened. T1 just won, and they're gonna be picked because Faker's on it, and that's a fan favorite, and they're already gonna glaze this overall. So this is probably what's gonna win. Realistically, I don't fucking care who wins. I don't. The teams that I root for aren't here.
I don't. I'm gonna keep my mouth quiet on this one.
No, man. No. If
I think I should be quiet about this.
You can keep your mouth quiet. So say it.
I think I just think this whole thing is dumb. That's just me. Like the whole esports stuff. I think it's so stupid.
Okay,
Like,
now you're dumb. Okay, now shut the fuck up.
look, this is why, right? Like, this is very different from, to me, what like fighting games are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think fighting game communities, people used to like, get these big LAN parties together. Back when fighting games were the first now coming out with multiplayer and whatnot. And it made sense because of what fighting games are. Like, I get there being a fighting game community, but not esports. Like, I should not have to see a Madden esports team.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
it's weird. Or like a FIFA
I
esports
get-
team. We're
I
not
get-
gonna-
You're talking about
this.
Madden esports and that shit is dumb to me. But if you're talking about what here, League of Legends, Counter Strike, Dota, fighting games,
Like I
that
think
makes a
though,
lot more
like
sense.
I think it makes sense
You don't
in
like
okay,
it.
so I agree that I think the fact that there's esports for like fucking FIFA and Madden, that shit's dumb to me. I don't understand it. Like I get it, like maybe some of these people genuinely just love the sport and they like understand it at a deeper level, but they don't play that well when this is like their moment. Like just go play at home, bro. I don't know. I feel weird about people being in esports for those games, but hey, I know it exists for a reason. There's clearly a fucking viewership for it.
Correct.
But at least with games like this, I get the idea on why esports exists and why it's popular. I think the way that it's run is really fucking stupid.
I'm cautiously optimistic about the Olympics and esports in like what 2026.
Yeah,
I want it going. No.
I'm cautiously
He's the
optimistic.
I think it depends. I think it depends on how it's run. Like
Right,
what's the
Mm.
I just don't want to see what happened to breakdancing happen to esports because that was tragic.
that was
No, this needs
fucking
to
horrific.
be-
That was absolutely
One last
tragic.
point, by the way, that I want to add in here. The thing with all the esports, and I pointed out FIFA and Madden for like the size of those communities, but when it comes down to these games that's up here, somebody should be able to hop in a Counter Strike and not have a bad day because they decided to play a game because people are so sweaty, right? Like these games,
That's what
fighting games inherently are like combative on multiple levels, right? Like you're in there, you see you and one other person on the screen. It's like me or him. I gotta take him out. There's an inherent thing going on there. But with Madden, it's given as a casual fun thing, right? You pick your
Yeah.
favorite team, you go out there and do something. League of Legends, you pick your favorite legend, go out there and have fun with your teams and try to beat the other team. All of it should be casual, but instead they found a way to just milk this for the most elite of people in the space, and all that does is come back down to the casual player and makes a horrible time for everybody.
Is
So
that
like,
casual player just hopping into a player match or a ranked match? Because that could, I
it
don't
can
know.
be regular player matches because the people that aren't good enough for ranked, they're going to, people call them pubs, right? So people that aren't good enough to go to ranks, they'll go to pubs and then act like they're ranked with the people that are just trying to enjoy the game. And this is especially with those games listed up there. That's why I stopped playing Counter Strike and
It
League.
happens with Call of Duty
I think,
too. So
yeah, I think
Like-
like this conversation kind of touches on SBMM as a whole.
Yeah.
And well, I get like that sentiment of like I just want to enjoy the game. I don't want to have to play sweats every single match I go into. You also understand that whenever there's a game that has to do like whenever it's a multiplayer game, if as long as it's one team against another or one person against another, that's the same drive that you have when you're fighting in a fighting game. It's still us against them, me against you, whatever. It's still a competition, so there's always going to be that drive. Whether you personally feel that drive or not it's entirely like subjective, but I feel like those games work that way for a reason. They're team based or they're solo based, but you're still going to be fighting against somebody else. SBMM as a whole, that's we could do a whole episode on SBMM.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's been a hot topic for years, and that can be this whole topic.
It can be
for
its own
sure.
thing, 'cause
Yeah.
I just completely am in disagreement with any of this. But yeah, we'll pick our person and go to the next category.
This is the first pick, guys. This is the first pick.
It's the
That's what
first
I
pick.
was thinking.
All right,
But
and like I
fine.
thought this was gonna be like the least controversial one, but all right, let's.
No,
I
I'm
vote
telling you,
T1.
dude. That's why when we were talking about it in the Discord, I said we have two actual gamers and FPS enthusiasts, and then there's the quad.
Yeah.
Like I knew this was
Oh,
gonna
really?
happen.
Oh, and then Daquan. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Because I knew this would
That's
happen.
crazy. That's crazy. I play so many games.
Let's do T1 for this.
I'm
No,
gonna
no,
go with
no,
Team
you-
Liquid. I don't know
Yeah.
them, but I'm gonna go with them.
All right, we
Bad.
can. Well, does anyone care? We can go with that.
No,
I'm fine.
doesn't matter.
I don't
Alright.
care.
No,
Oh, good.
no, don't.
That was my
We're gonna go.
right there.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, then we have esports athlete.
No,
Again,
I absolutely don't
I
care
know,
about-
I know two of them, and I don't know anyone else. I know the two League of
Faker it
Legends
is.
player. Yeah, Faker it
Yeah.
is. Good job, bro. You got votes by default because we don't care enough.
Pretty much.
Esports game. This one I kind of care
Okay.
about, but that's only because I play League of Legends and I don't really
League of
care for the other
Legends.
ones.
Gotta be that.
Yeah,
I just want to say that I'm vehemently against mobile games being on here. So
Yeah,
anything but that.
No.
It's
So
not-
hold on. I
It is.
have to disagree only because I know that this is also kind of like an influence of Tencent, right? Because the Chinese market is massive in video games, especially mobiles. So Mobile
Sure.
Legends is actually a massive fucking game on a competitive level that like rivals some of these games on here. And
well,
that's
yeah,
the
that's
only
what I was gonna
reason
say.
I'm not like against it, but I don't like seeing it.
I don't disagree that it's a massive game. I disagree that it's an esports.
I mean, there's an
See,
esports
how,
for
how he feels about the NFL and not the NFL, sorry, Madden and FIFA is how I feel about mobile. I cannot take mobile seriously. You can enjoy it all you want. I think that's fantastic that you're able to do that, and I love the fact that phones have been coming out that's more geared towards it and like accommodating with like better refresh rates and all that stuff. That's awesome, but it's still a phone.
I'm
Chris,
just saying people are still competing in PUBG Mobile out here.
This is
So
the one thing. This is one of the one things that me and Chris agrees on. I can't stand mobile games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it's
I like them.
I like mobile games, but I don't like you guys. I don't like seeing them as like a competitive esport. I like mobile
I
games
like
though.
them for the technology. Like I think
Yeah.
it's a very innovative situation to get people into gaming. But
I think also some of those games are.
VR.
I was about to say because some of those mobile games are really innovative in the way they even implement their controls and stuff. I think it's really fun. I think there's some really cool
Yeah.
ones out there.
like the Elder Scrolls Blades.
Okay, hold on. Now we're getting
Bro.
we're gonna have to cut you off there. We're gonna just vote and move on because I'm not gonna continue that.
Howard taking hostage in there somewhere.
All right, so we have content
just have
creator of the
Creator of the
year.
year. Okay.
So
do I know any of it?
So I don't know
any of these
the
people.
I don't know the three in the middle.
No.
Obviously, because I'm a fucking weirdo, I know the VTuber. And
Yeah.
No, we're not doing the VTuber.
No.
I got a distinct issue with VTubers.
and then
No.
I know Queso. I don't even
Can't be
watch
done.
him,
Wait, hold on.
but I
Come on.
know him on YouTube.
Hold on. What's your issue with VTubers?
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and unpack that. What's going on, bro? You good? They hurt you?
No, those are conversations for either offline or later. Like no,
Like, PR is gonna have to PR is gonna have to step in and just shut that conversation down.
Let's go ahead and pause there because I got some words. I got some words and some stuff.
We'll hang out after the stream.
All right.
yeah.
Well, apparently, I didn't realize my co-hosts were so vehemently against VTubers. So I guess we're voting for Queso.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
No, I'm going for typical gamer. He looks like a
Yeah,
typical
Actually,
gamer,
typical. I was actually gonna go for that. Yeah, typical gamer too.
so, yeah, he
Fine.
looks like a typical gamer. And I don't know.
Unless he said something that like is controversial or
I don't like I said.
then I'll take my vote back.
I don't know any of the. Like I said, I know Queso because he gets roasted for being fat on Twitch, and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
What is this? I'm quiet. Go ahead. Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
I'll just say something real quick. With Queso, I want to like him because he feels like he would be like a person.
He's a funny
that would be
guy.
fun to watch. Yeah, he feels funny. But I keep getting early vibes of that one really fat guy that got super famous on Twitch. I think he's like no. It was
Or something like.
was it Rage something or
I don't know.
Oh, are you talking? Well, there's a couple of fat guys that I know they got popular on Twitch. They have like Boogie2988, yeah, Wings
Boogie.
Over Boogie, yeah.
Boogie, that's who it is. Yeah, he gives me boogie vibes. Like I feel like all this is gonna lead to him being Boogie 2.0. That's every time I watch him. That's just the vibes that I get. I got no basis for these other than vibes.
I don't
All
know
right.
what those
Very
are.
well.
I don't care.
So I guess in a couple of years we'll come back and we'll talk about this episode. Okay, so now we're actually at the games. We're actually at the games now.
Yep, get rid of this.
This I don't know why is even an award. Like I think this is so stupid.
We know nothing about this.
Like I get
guess
it.
Monster Hunter, we know the most.
I get
right?
I get the idea behind it, right? Talking about games that are upcoming and give them. I mean, they don't really need a spotlight, but like it's to give them hype. But like, why are we voting for these? Why are they being recognized as an award?
This list is very it's objective,
Yeah, like
It needs to be gone.
you can pick a room of 50 people, show them this, and there's probably going to be close to like 35, 40 different answers.
Right.
Like
Is
for
this,
me, it's Monster Hunter, Metroid, and then like I don't give a fuck about Ghost of Yotei. Grand Theft Auto 6 is just another Grand Theft Auto. And then Death Stranding 2 didn't play the first one, so
No, me neither.
For me, it's Death Stranding and
why is-
Monster Hunter and Ghost of Yotei. That's it.
My problem is this is inherently just weird because you have two exclusives on here.
Yeah.
How can two exclusives be the most anticipated? It's
Oh yeah.
mathematically impossible because it's only on one platform.
well,
Yeah.
is Ghost of Yotei also multi-platform? Isn't that only PS5?
Yeah.
It's only PS5.
So it's 3 exclusives. Because Death Stranding's
Wait,
a
what's
PS.
the other one?
Death
What's
Stranding.
the other one?
No, Death Stranding is on Xbox, isn't it?
Is it?
It's on-
The first one was an exclusive.
The first one is on Xbox right now. I
Yeah.
think this
Yeah.
is a PS5 exclusive, I believe.
Well,
so
because when
it's
Death, because I was gonna say when Death Stranding originally came out, it was a PlayStation exclusive, and then came out for Xbox and PS or the PC later.
And PC. Yeah.
So like
It
the
came
only
out-
ones that
It came out on PC first, and then Xbox.
and then Xbox later. So like
And
I said,
then-
realistically, the only answers that are quote unquote acceptable would be Grand Theft Auto and Monster Hunter Wilds, because there's
Yeah, but even Monster Hunter is very niche. Like
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
Even know what this is.
Like while for me and Jeremy, we're excited for Monster Hunter, but you guys don't give a fuck. So it's like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I hate
no, not really. Yeah.
Yeah, I every game with this list, I
Honestly,
hate.
I'm more excited for Metroid Prime.
Right.
What would your choice be based off this list, though, Daquan?
Off of this list?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
because we have to make a choice. So like
I mean, dear God, Death Stranding 2, because I can't
Wrong.
with these other ones.
you're just wrong.
See, let me
No,
correct myself.
okay.
I will go and I gotta give whoever makes it. I gotta give Capcom their handshakes on this. I will give them Monster Hunter Wilds only because I know Monster Hunter is a very good game to play.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I will go with Monster Hunter, but the rest of them just. Bro, where's Marvel Rivals? Like that game don't come out until like what? It's literally what everybody is waiting to play.
You know what? You know what's crazy?
But
I
all these
think
games are out next year.
when is the Game Awards are happening
On the 12th.
on the 12th.
after,
So it's
right?
the week
The week
after.
after.
The week after Marvel Rivals
Monster
comes
Hunter
out.
comes out the week
Two-
before, though, doesn't it?
2
It
months.
come out the week before.
2 months after.
2 months
Monster Hunter Wilds isn't coming out till February.
No, the Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals comes out the week
before.
before. Yes.
Yeah, it comes out the week before. That's so messed
It
up. Just needs to be done. I just need to.
All right. So Monster Hunter is the choice.
Monster
Yeah.
Hunter it is.
Okay. Best adaptation. I mean, this is also kind of like really just objective because it's just what you like.
Ooh, wait.
I mean, I have my answer.
Yeah. What is your answer? Devon?
Let's hear Daquan's answer because I think
I'm
we're
going
all
with
in agreement.
Arcane.
Are we all on
I'm going
Arcane,
with
right?
Arcane.
We're all on Arcane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Fucking
I
Jared,
will
what do
say
you
though-
mean? No.
Because I haven't seen it.
Oh my god.
You haven't seen the first season either?
No.
Oh my
You should
god.
watch it. It's pretty
It's
good.
you
fucking
should watch
good,
it.
and the second season is so good.
Even better. I will say I will give a shout out. Knuckles, the show.
Knuckles is very
was
good.
actually pretty funny. I had no idea it was going to be as funny as it was. I enjoyed it. It's only like 6 or 7 episodes, so it's pretty good.
My choice is
but
Fallout.
it's not as good as Arcane.
My
for sure.
choice is Fallout.
So I was going to
This
choose
is better than the
Fallout.
game. So
I was going to choose Fallout, but again, it's like I think the difference is the League of Legends universe.
Mhm.
I think it has been. I think because and I can't remember the name of that team. Is it the Fortiche?
It's
I guess
Fortiche.
right there. Dude.
They like take. I mean, I can look, man. Those letters are like this right
Yeah,
now.
they're small.
But like that team, they took their time to like, we're not sending this out unless everything is like stamp of approval. It is solid. We have a story
It
that
looks
no one's gonna
fucking
forget
good.
or
Everything on
which
there.
which
So,
is
like,
a rare sight nowadays.
it's a rare site. So like, and for Fallout, like Todd Howard and team, y'all did good working with Amazon, but like Arcane is just a better show.
And I will say,
Like it's
like even not just talking about the shows themselves, right? Because I'll be honest, I've only seen like
Mhm.
2 episodes of the Fallout show.
Mhm.
I thought Arcane was better, but I also just inherently like, as much as I love the Fallout games, I find the
Mhm.
world of Runeterra, like the League of Legends universe, just far more interesting. Yeah, it's just more
Yeah.
interesting.
I'll watch it eventually.
You'll
It's
watch
good.
it eventually.
Season 2 just finished up.
Yeah, and it's very
Is there
good.
gonna be a- is there gonna be
that
a
means I
season-
can watch it. Sweet.
Is there gonna be a season 3?
Yeah,
There might
probably.
be.
There should be.
Hmm.
Because I'm assuming once they finish the story, then they can now take Arcane to other parts of the world, which is what I'm excited for.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So we have best multiplayer, which again is kind of super subjective.
Yeah,
It's a weird
like, what
jumble
is
of
this?
games.
Like
yeah.
like Call of Duty Block. It's like it's a
Let's face it.
COD.
I
It
think
just came
Call of
out.
Duty is gonna
How
win,
can this
but
be on here?
you know it's gonna win though.
Wait,
How is this on here?
Come on, go.
How is it on here?
Because it just came out. Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's my thought process.
what
Why
is-
is it? Why is it
What are
here?
they talking about? Like they just came out, but you mean to tell me Marvel Rivals can't be on most anticipated?
That's
That
fair.
makes no sense. I did.
Well, you can't anticipate it if it's out by the time the awards are done, because then you anticipated it already.
But
But
then how can this be the best multiplayer of the year if it just came out?
It
It came out during the year. It hasn't ended yet.
It came out at the end of October.
Yeah.
Oh.
And again, it's also like I hate that that's always like the inherent issue with this type of shit. Because it's like best multiplayer, right? There's 5 different games here. Well, I mean it's 4 different games. Helldivers and Warhammer realistically at the end of the day are very similar.
Yeah.
It just comes down to like, what do you prefer? Do you like being a big ass manly man with a sword, hammer, and big ass guns, or do you just like being a soldier with flamethrowers and aliens?
Yeah.
They're both aliens technically.
So what's our choices here? What do you
Go with Tekken 8. I'm going with Tekken 8.
Yeah,
I'm
what?
sorry. Let's go with Tekken 8.
There's no way it wins because I 100%
Go ahead,
Black
bro.
Ops takes it. Black Ops 100%
That's the
clears
sad
it. Just
part
like
about it
everybody
is
who's gonna
it's-
vote is gonna be Black Ops.
What about you, Alan?
I mean, realistically, I'm gonna say Tekken 8 because it's the best that Tekken's been in the last since 5. And
As much as I like, go ahead.
Oh, let me see.
because I was gonna say it's probably the best since it's been since 5. The online is the best that it's ever been. Now, granted, you can make an argument for like the players, but at least the multiplayer experience is super nice and super quick. Because realistically, like Call of Duty just came out, haven't played it, don't really care enough. Helldivers is fun if you have friends. If you're just playing on your own, it's not that fun, and you have to deal with like randoms, and it's like a fucking hit or miss if they're good at the game or know how to play it. Super Mario Party Jamboree, same thing. You're gonna have fun, and it's like a party game. But like, let's be honest, like what I consider is a good multiplayer game is like a game that you can go in online by yourself and have a good time. And the only game on here that can do that for me is Tekken 8. You can make an argument for Space Marine 2 because their PvP is actually really well balanced and really good. But it's not gonna win because Call of Duty's here.
All right. As much as I like taking these multiplayer, I'm gonna give the Helldivers too. But Call of Duty is probably gonna win.
Honestly,
What about you,
for
Chris?
anybody watching this, like I did work on Black Ops 6, and I ain't hating on the game. I just don't think it needs to be best multiplayer. Like if there's a category for like best shooter, Call of Duty will win every year for me because I don't think there's a better shooter on the market as far as.
I don't think there's a better like
general.
arcade multiplayer shooter for sure.
I don't know. I'm talking shooter.
Shooter.
I don't think another game comes close to Call of Duty, and they're doing anything. Like they're just. And Jeremy, I'm sorry, Destiny is good, but like.
Oh no, I was gonna say
No,
I prefer. Like I get the issues behind like Battlefield as a system, but the guns feel better to me, and that's what makes a good
100%.
shooter to me.
I mean,
100%.
I'm not disagreeing with you that Call of Duty is the best shooter, but that's not why I'm not playing Call of Duty. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like if it's I just want to put it out there. I ain't saying the game is trash. I'm just saying I got other things that ain't good.
So I just really quickly I checked Steam charts just of the games that are on here, and obviously this is just PC, but out of the games here, Helldivers is doing better on PC than any of these other games.
Oh, 100%.
I mean like, that makes sense.
Like Tekken 8 is already a niche game. It's never gonna be.
No
players.
Space Marine 2 though is also kind of more like a niche one. I feel like those people kind of play with friends. I feel like you don't get as many solo players as you would in Call of Duty or Helldivers. So those two are going to be the most higher played. And I think on PC especially, it's going to be Helldivers. Call of Duty is a massive game, but it's very much a massive game on console.
Yeah.
Actually, the other thing that's not kept in mind, a lot of people might not be on Steam for COD.
They might be on the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, like again, this is a very narrow strip. Yeah, a very narrow strip of players. But I wanted to point that out.
And that's not even counting. That's also not counting. That's also not counting the fucking weirdos that actually use the Blizzard app like Battle.net.
Yeah, that's
Battle.net's not bad.
So, I don't like it, but
I think Call of Duty is gonna win. I wish Helldivers would win, but 100%.
Okay, so we have Jeremy and Chris on Helldivers. What about you, Daquan? You still want to vote for Tekken? You want to go Helldivers?
I'm still saying Tekken, even though my heart's wish is for Warhammer to win because I think it's the best game on this list.
I think, like as a package, I prefer Space Marine 2 over all the rest of these.
Yeah.
We still need to play it, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I've already played the story, so I'm ready to play it whenever. So just Space Marine. Hope for the best.
Go for it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Next one we have is I don't care.
Sports and race.
WWE.
Oh
Give it
my
a WWE.
god.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm down to give it a WWE. That'd be sick if they win.
Yeah, let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah, if WWE gets the dub there, I'll take it. Best sim and strategy.
This is me right here. This is me.
Hold up. What you got?
So Daquan probably has the most opinions. Let's leave him for last. Because he probably plays these the most, let's be honest.
Okay.
Chris, what about you? What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna be honest, this is first impressions. I've literally never heard of any of these.
Really?
That's crazy.
So I'm just gonna go with Age of Mythology Retold because I am a huge nerd for mythology. But that's all I got.
Have you played StarCraft or Homeworld or any RTS?
Nah.
That's not a Christian game, bro.
No, that doesn't even exist on my.
What about you, hey, Jeremy? What do you vote for?
Well, I haven't played any of these games, but Frostpunk 2 is one that I was kind of like interested in playing.
The first one is good.
So my vote is for Frostpunk 2. I want to play the second one because it seems like an interesting concept for sure.
If it was another game on this list, I would have voted for Frostpunk 2, and I would have even maybe thought about giving it to Kunitsugami for Capcom's random innovation on this type of game. I think it's super interesting, and I actually had a little bit of fun time. I didn't finish it, granted. I kind of want to go back and at least give it the respect of finishing the game because I thought it was interesting and I enjoyed the gameplay loop, so to speak.
Is that an RTS?
It's not an RTS. It's a strategy game.
Yeah.
It's like a strategy turn-based. It's weird to explain. It's like a tower defense, but like not. Yeah, it's you should give it a shot. You might actually enjoy it. But my vote,
it's got a very cool style.
It's a very cool style. My vote goes to Unicorn Overlord.
I heard that was good too.
It's a JRPG. I'm already gonna immediately be more interested, but the strategy element of the turn-based game is very good, and I was a big fan. I'm not done with it either, which it'll be a common trend with me in games, but I will probably vote for Unicorn Overlord.
I'm going to go for Manor Lords.
Okay.
Frostpunk 2 has not been out long enough for me to have a better opinion on it. In Age of Mythology, used to be one of my favorite games, but this is a remaster.
Yeah.
So
Oh wait,
I won't
remaster.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, this
remaster.
is like
Okay,
a
now I have a
redo.
whole different take now.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's like I won't. And also like I play Ancient Mythology for I think like this one specifically. I think I have like 100 hours in it.
Wow.
And it is not well balanced. Like they've taken some liberties, but if you don't play the Greeks, you're pretty much cooked.
Now, my issue, is now why is there a remaster on this list,
That's a good fucking question.
bro? Like there
That's
should
a
be his
good
own
question.
best remaster game. Like,
Yeah.
huh?
Like honestly, didn't Doom Spice Wars come out this year?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Came out in
So
like
why?
March or
But
something.
yeah, you right. You right.
Doom Spy 4. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure it came out earlier this year.
Wait, no, that came out in 2022.
Oh, did it? I thought it was earlier this year.
Spice Wars?
Yeah, is this the one? Wait, full release was last year. Wait, there was a Dune game, right?
Yeah, Dune Spice Wars. I thought it was this year, like earlier this year. Oh no, it would have been last year. I think it came out after Baldur's Gate.
Gotcha. Are you talking about
Man, all this.
Dune War on Arrakis?
Nah, it's Spice Wars.
Oh, Dune Awakening? Is that what you're talking about?
No, Spice Wars.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
like,
Spice Wars came out like 2 years ago.
okay, never mind. Yeah, that's different
Okay.
then. I'm gonna go with Matter Lords. I think it's a very good entry to the like RTS field, I guess. So I'm going with Matter Lords because Frostpunk hasn't been out long enough for me to have a better opinion. That I can't even say it right. The Kinitsugami.
Yeah.
I would say it's a really cool game. I just wouldn't put it in this category with these other games.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Do we want to just give it to the Manor Lords? It doesn't matter to me, really. I would vote for Unicorn, but I get it. All right.
Well,
next.
this is your account, so you.
I mean, it's. I mean, that's why I said I'm taking the sacrifice to use my account as our group vote. So.
Alrighty.
So we have best family game. This one. I mean, realistically, it's a shit ton of Nintendo games. One PS5 exclusive, and then the Plucky Squire.
So Astrobot, next category.
I mean, Astrobot, 100%. I'm sorry, it clears. It clears.
I was gonna say Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom is what I would have chose, or Princess Peach Showtime.
Honestly,
a family game.
I would go with Mario Party Jamboree specifically because
for the category
buying a Nintendo Switch makes more sense to me than them going out to go buy a PS5
to play with their family. Yeah. I think for the category, Mario Party is probably the best choice.
Yeah, Mario Party makes the most sense. It's an actual family game, like
oriented game.
Astrobot, you gotta drop $600 to play Astrobot. Like that's insane.
I don't disagree with you, but I think Astrobot might win.
I think it is the better game.
It's the better game.
100%.
It's the better game.
But
for this category,
you convinced me. You convinced me. This category is family, so Mario Party clears. Yeah.
Like, what family is dropping $600 to play Astrobot? Like, it's just insane to me.
Okay, can we talk about why the fuck Multiverses is here again?
It's a fighting game, dude.
Yeah, you know when it also popped up.
Zero on this list. Like, who did this?
Game.
I can't stand people.
No,
did it not just come out last week? Like last year? What is it? Last month? What is it?
It was like 3 months. It was like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't 3 months ago. That was like last month.
I'm pretty sure it came out a while ago now.
Sparking Zero. Oh, nah. Release date. Show me that release date.
Oh my God.
Nah. October 11th.
Oh, it was last month. Okay.
That was the last month. Why is it on this list? But Marvel Rivals is not for upcoming games.
Also, the reason I have an issue with Multiverses It's because you remember when it was also on last year's Game Awards because of their beta.
Yep.
So why is it here?
was.
Why is it here? Why is it here? Now,
Well,
okay. So
Who's gonna win though?
So realistically, the only answer that's gonna win, unfortunately, is gonna be Dragon Ball Sparking Zero because the Dragon Ball fans are all the fucking, they're rabid as fuck. The real answer should be Tekken 8. Multiverses shouldn't be on here. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, as much as I love those games and how good they are and what they did to the fighting game community, they're re-releases. They shouldn't be here.
Why? Yeah, I don't understand why.
And Grand Blue Fantasy Versus I think is a phenomenal game and should be more appreciated, but it's not going to be Tekken.
So Dragon Ball it is.
Unfortunately, it's probably going to go to Dragon Ball. Just because I think Dragon Ball is going to win. I would vote for Grand Blue or Tekken 8. Best RPG, I also have an issue with this fucking list.
Yeah, what is this?
Okay, Dragon's Dogma 2 qualifies as an RPG. I guess it's fine. Whatever. I don't have an issue with it. Why is a DLC for a game here?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love Elden Ring. I love Elden Ring, and I like Shadow of the Erdtree. Okay. But why is a DLC here for RPG of the year?
I will say.
Oh man, I think we're about to agree.
Some DLCs are that good.
No,
I hate to be.
Okay, no. Wait, hold on, Jeremy. Hold on. I agree. Some DLC are that fucking good, but this year, in comparison to Final Fantasy VII's Rebirth and Metaphor Fantasio, Shadow of the Erdtree shouldn't be here.
Well, even when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, right?
Is that a remake?
It's a remake, yeah.
So I mean,
it is a remake.
So you're calling Rebirth a remake?
It's technically.
I mean, they can call it Rebirth, but it's a remake.
No, it's a remake, but they changed the story, so it's not like a actual old remake like Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 2.
When you think about it, though, Final Fantasy VII again is Sony exclusive.
Yeah,
right.
It's
a Sony exclusive product, and then you got Like a Dragon, which is going to be a very still niche group.
It's a niche RPG, yeah, for sure.
Metaphor Refantasio, another niche group. Dragon's Dogma, it's a broader group, but still relatively small because not a lot of people playing Dragon's Dogma games. And when it comes down to Elden Ring, it was the best-selling game the year it came out.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
A standalone product. So
I'll say this. I think they did the math when this came out. The new area that they added is, I think, the twice or the exact same. Yeah, the exact same size or a little bit bigger than the original map.
In the base game.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not the original map. It's the size of Liurnia, which is one section of the map.
One section.
It's the same size as Limgrave, just about.
Limgrave, that's what it is. So it's not even like a massive,
Even then,
good for a turnaround. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's
I have the same problems that Chilo has. Why is the DLC on this group? Now, although I wish 7 to win, it's not going to win.
It's not gonna win. It's not gonna win.
Well, then what's the difference between obviously I know the literal difference, but what's the difference between like a DLC being on here and then a remake? So then the remake shouldn't be here either, right?
No,
it depends. It depends. Yeah, it's also it's a game versus a DLC, but it's also my limit is also what did that do for the game? Whereas if it's just a remake, if they were to just take Final Fantasy VII, remade that section of the game and not adding anything or changing the systems, then it's why is this here?
If Rebirth was if Rebirth and remake was 1-to-1 original Final Fantasy VII, then I would probably.
Then that would be a remaster, but that's why it's a remake. But my like I said, I'm not trying to look for the literal difference. But my thinking is, the DLC for Elden Ring also changed aspects of the game. It introduced new systems into the game, a new map, so it did change fundamentally.
It didn't change systems. It only added weapons.
Yes. No, there's a whole new difficulty system into it.
You talking about?
I forgot about that.
The fruits and stuff.
Yeah. Is that not a new system? Is that not a new system? So how significant is that change compared to the change in Final Fantasy?
Small. It's tiny.
I will say this. Maybe the more simplistic way to look at this is just if that DLC has that much impact on people, it just deserves to be on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I guess realistically speaking, right?
but that's
It did have a
if it
massive
actually
impact,
has.
but
Yeah, and
so-
that's
that's also
real-
kind of subjective, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry, real quick to answer Chris's question a bit more.
Mhm.
Yes, Elden Ring added a new system of difficulty, but Rebirth literally changed almost the entire game of how it's played. Not only did they add like hundreds of systems, but they added like more
Whole different
depth
combat
about,
system.
right, about what the character,
Yeah.
like the story, the characters, the combat, the materia. They added tons of what the DLC added in comparison.
yeah.
And now,
Final
granted, that's
Fantasy
also like a different, like a metric, right? Because this is a DLC adding
Yeah.
to an established product, where this is a
Yeah.
full game, which is why that I have that issue.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
technically, this one is part 2, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
That's
part,
part
two.
two. Yeah.
So even that one is technically a DLC that they're talking about.
Technically
Like, this
speaking,
is the second
yes,
part of
it's the second
game.
part of the bigger game, but I also think there's a lot
Yeah.
of changes from the first to the second.
There are,
Yeah,
but I think overall, though, for this conversation, I don't think we can put the Rebirth.
Either one of those. Yeah.
Now, if you put like Rebirth
Yeah.
DLC on this list, then I would probably have a problem.
Oh, I would definitely have a problem. Like that's the same way I would feel like last year or the year before, whenever Integrate came out and they added Integrate on the list. I wouldn't vote for that.
No.
Yeah.
So
But in terms of this list, I wrote
Yeah.
my personal vote will be
Is
either
7 or Metaphor, but
or-
I don't think either of those will win.
no.
I think Elden Ring is gonna win this
Elden
one.
Ring is going to
Elden
win.
Ring will win.
Everyone has their fucking past blinders on, so you know.
Yeah, I will agree with y'all as far as the Rebirth. I
Yeah.
do think it is the best game out of these 5.
Yeah.
But again, because of impact, I think Elden Ring is going to win this one.
We're going to
Yeah.
vote Elden Ring because we're voting on who we think is going to win, in case that wasn't apparent for y'all. So my vote goes to Final Fantasy because I'm a fucking, 7 chill, but Metaphor is also really fucking good.
Cool.
Next one
Whoever
is
came up with this next list needs to be
action
fired.
adventure. Okay, so here's my issue with this. The reason I have a problem with this.
Outlaws.
Hold on. Wait, hold on.
Sorry.
The reason I have a problem with this list is not just the games, but there's also we're about to go to it. Before this is best action. What the fuck? Why do we have 2 best action / and then we have an action adventure? Action adventure should just be the thing. It shouldn't just be action and then action adventure.
I think I get why there is a separation, but I would have to see the games.
You're gonna see my issue with it when I go to the next one and you see the games on there.
My issue right now is why is Silent Hill 2 on here?
Silent Hill 2 is not an action or an adventure game.
What would you call it?
Silent Hill is a survival horror game.
Right? Okay, survival horror. Yeah. Okay.
So that's why as much as I like Silent Hill 2, it's also a remake. And I don't think it's I don't remember because I've only played like halfway through it. I don't really think there's enough of a difference. Maybe my brain just doesn't remember the original to like warrant it to be even on here. But also too, it's not an action adventure, so that one's already off the list. Star Wars Outlaws is a dog shit game too, so it shouldn't even be on this list either.
There's only 2 games on here that fit this description, and that's Prince of Persia and the Zelda game.
Yeah.
Because Star Wars Outlaws is action and adventure, but there's nothing best about it.
No, there isn't.
Silent Hill is
it's not an action adventure game.
Astrobot is a
And
platform.
Astrobot needs to stop being advertised.
Yeah,
so,
for real.
Prince of Persia
I would classify it as like action platformer or a platformer.
Yeah,
action,
it's a
but not
platformer for
adventure.
sure. So my vote's gonna go to Prince of Persia only because Prince of Persia was actually a really well made game and it's very underrated, but because of it's a side scroller kind of platformer, kind of thing, people aren't gonna play it. And then I just haven't played Echoes of Wisdom to really give an opinion on that one. So we're gonna go Prince of Persia. I think that's the only real answer there.
I actually want to see more games like Prince of Persia. That game was really fun.
Okay.
So then we have best action.
Yeah, so this makes sense because there is no It's just
adventure.
literally
Well,
you running forward and destroying stuff.
I think there's
nothing.
I get the diff. I don't think Call of Duty should be on here.
Well,
No.
so I think it's fine
Why?
for the fact that most people are not going to play the story. Right.
Yeah.
Like I think if you were talking about people that were playing the story, that would be in like best campaign or something. But most people that grab Call of Duty, they're just hopping into multiplayer and throwing hands. Like
Why
it's
is this
specific
why is
action.
this best action game?
Because it's specifically action. Like you doing something repeatedly. I think
It's
COD
in
needs to be
the
on
way
this
that
list every year.
the way that they did the definition. It's primarily like focused on combat, and that's
combat.
the main focus of the game. I get it.
Yeah.
It just looks really stupid when you have best action and then action adventure. Now
Yeah,
again,
just-
once they
Why
give
is
the
Stellar
definition,
Blade
Hold on.
in this one and not on the other one then?
yeah, that's what I
Can
want to
say
know.
something
That's
else?
what I want to know.
Wukong. Why is Wukong not action
Yeah,
adventure? How
That's-
is that not action adventure?
Primarily on combat. That's what
Oh
the
my-
description says.
Oh my god.
So
Is
see, this
Stellar Blade
is
a Sony exclusive?
yes, it's a Sony exclusive. It's coming out to PC this next year, but at the moment, it is a Sony exclusive.
Same
Now,
as
this is why I have an issue with the way that they even have the definition, and why I told you once you see the games, you're going to see my problem. Why is Astrobot an action adventure
Mhm.
and Silent Hill 2, but Black Myth Wukong and Stellar Blade are only action games?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Like the
Yeah.
other three games on here, they make sense to be here. Like that's their purpose. That's why they're here. Black Myth Wukong, like yes, it is a Souls-like game that focuses its major points of the attraction is the combat and the way that the combat flows, but that's not the only purpose. It has like a pretty well thought out story. I mean, it's Journey to the West, and you're going through a journey. And Stellar Blade is very similar. It has actually a way more thought out story than I thought it would be when I saw the trailer. But again, same thing. You're going on a journey. You have a goal. Helldivers, you fucking drop down. Your only objective is murder. Space Hammer Marine 2, anything that's not human, murder. Black Ops 6, you're only going online to throw hands. So like, why are these
Pretty
two
much.
games here?
I honestly, tinfoil hat, I think the only reason those two are here is because they don't want them to compete with Astrobot.
Yeah.
Like this is just giving Sony so
Oh,
much
I can tell
exposure
you
to
right
folk-
now.
Mm.
I can tell you right now when we get to like Game of the Year and stuff, those two games have been robbed of so many fucking categories because I think of like Astrobot or other agendas.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
I
so
think they're trying to help them PS5 sales, and sadly enough, it ain't happening. Like Keighley, you should know better.
conspiracy aside, Daquan, what's your choice?
Call of Duty.
Daquan, Alan,
I would actually go Stellar Blade or Black Myth.
Chris.
I would say Black Myth.
I would say Black Myth too.
Okay. Do we actually think Black Myth's going to win? I think it has a pretty good chance of winning.
I think it has a good chance.
Maybe.
Like, it really comes down to it. Like, I think Call of Duty will definitely win multiplayer, but I don't think it wins action unless they're just, shilling out or something. We're going to vote for Black Myth. We think it's going to win, but who knows?
Yeah.
VR and AR, I mean,
Yeah, we had
Batman's
yeah.
gonna win.
Bro, Batman.
Probably Batman, right?
no.
Actually,
So here are my thoughts on it, right? Arizona Sunshine's a remake. Why is it here? Asgard's Wrath is, from what my experience is, like at least from talking to people and seeing reviews and stuff, is actually one of the best VR games on the market. So I don't
I played that
know.
one.
I would either vote for that or Metal Hellsinger VR because I played the original Metal Hellsinger, and then depending on how they implemented it, because I haven't seen it, could be a really fucking good game, and it's just like well made, good music, good soundtrack overall. Metro Awakening, as much as I love the world of Metro and I love the games, I can only imagine either like the motion sickness of running around that world with that type of shit and the monsters would be weird. But I don't know. I haven't played it. And then Batman Arkham Shadow, I haven't heard great things.
I'm gonna say out of this list, Arkham Shadow is the best game on this list.
Really?
Will it win? I don't think so.
I
think
like I said,
Asgard's Wrath 2 is gonna win.
I haven't seen
Because of
anything for
just-
Batman, so I don't know.
Yeah, the Batman, like it is probably the best. I don't even know how to really say this. It has the best combat in a VR game.
Oh, really? Okay.
They found a way to take the Arkham combat and
put it
free
in
flow
VR.
in
Yeah.
VR. Like it is
Really? Okay.
really nice.
I might
So-
have to try that.
Asgard's Wrath, and I also say this because I think a lot of people are like I don't want to say they're lazy or whatever the thing is, but a lot of people kind of want VR to just be sit on their butt and like hold a thing and do a couple of
Oh no,
actions and
I
then
like
just
moving
feel
around.
good. They're not going to pick Arkham Shadow. And plus, I think Arkham Shadow is Quest 3S exclusive.
I didn't know that.
I think it's the Quest. Is it
the newest one, right?
On the 3
Yeah,
now.
I think it's the
newest one.
newest
Whatever the
one.
newest
Yeah.
one is, it's an exclusive for that one. So I think Asgard's Wrath 2 is going to take it because I haven't heard too much about Metal Hellsinger. And Metro Awakening, I think people primarily play that on the Vive or whatever Valve has.
Yeah,
there.
whatever theirs is now.
Yeah. And I don't know about Arizona Sunshine, so I would probably say Asgard's Wrath 2.
That's fine.
Even though I wish it was Arkham Shadow.
Right.
I think it's going to be Asgard.
What about you, Christian?
I'm gonna go with Arkham Shadow.
Okay. So I guess as a group, I want Metal Hellsinger to win. Daquan and Christian want Arkham.
I want Arkham too.
And okay, 3 people for Arkham. I want Metal Hellsinger just because that's like a niche thing that I like. And Asgard's probably gonna win, so we'll vote for Asgard's Wrath because that's what we think. Mobile game on
Mobile
here.
Game. Oh my god.
Zenless Zone Zero. I'm just gonna put it there.
That's what I want to win because I play it. But
I think low key Belatro is gonna win.
I think so surprisingly, I think Belatro will win in other categories because I think there's more.
Oh, okay.
There's more players on like the PC, but I think Belatro has a good chance of winning mobile because it was really big when it came out.
Yeah.
I think AFK Journey.
Pokemon.
I think AFK Journey is not going to win. It's just kind of like a niche one. I think if it's going to be a choice, it's going to be Pokemon or Zenless.
Okay. I think Pokemon.
I think it's going to be Zenless because just people I know that I don't even think play mobile games play that game. So I think I think it's going to be Zenless on Zero.
It's going to be Zenless, but I don't care.
That's fair. I'm going to vote for Zenless because that's who I want to win, but we'll see. Then we have Best Debut Indie. So this, I think, either goes to Belatro or Manor Lords. I think Belatro is the one, though.
Keep that Belatro in your mind. Keep that game in your mind.
Yeah, I'll keep it in my mind. The Pacific Drive might get this.
Is that good? I saw the trailer for it and it looked good, but I didn't play it.
Like, for me, I'm hoping it's Manor Lords, but I feel like Pacific Drive is going to win this one.
Really? Okay. What about you?
I've heard good things about Pacific Drive, so I think that might win.
It's very casual, atmospheric.
Okay.
It's pretty much it's like what's that game that just came out? Stalker. It's like that Stalker Chernobyl-esque feel, but you're literally just in a car vibing out, trying to get from point A to point B. And then you got to like repair the car and stuff.
Once again, sorry, this is a blind spot. The only one I know is Belatro. I don't know any of these other ones. So
I was gonna say, as much as I think Manor Lords and Pacific Drive are good, I think Belatro had such a massive impact that even Christian knows what this fucking indie game is. So like,
yeah.
So I think it's Belatro, unfortunately, as much as I don't want it to be.
Yeah, we can go with Belatro.
All right, we'll vote for Belatro and go to the next category, which is Best Independent Game.
Bro, wait.
Honestly, yes.
Wait.
Yeah. That's go ahead. Let us know.
Debut. Outstanding career achievement rating. What are they talking about?
Your guess is as good as mine, brother.
About?
Outside the traditional publisher system.
No.
Wait, what was the description of the other one?
We'll go ahead and go back.
It's like their first game.
It's a debut game from an independent studio, from a new studio.
These games aren't independent. What are they talking about?
That's the same category.
It's the same category. They just extended it.
Why are they? But they're not indie games. This one is Devolver.
Yes, it is Devolver.
Not only is it Devolver, it's just the same category.
And you noticed the third one is Annapurna.
I know. It's just.
So what are we voting for in this independent game?
I don't know. Close your eyes.
50
Close
because
your
it's
eyes.
the only one that's independent.
Close your eyes and just pick one.
I mean, what I think is gonna win.
Balatro will win. Balatro's gonna win.
It's either gonna be Balatro or it's gonna be Neva. Because these, we'll vote
Isn't that the
Balatro.
people that made Gris?
Yes.
Never, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I said I think it's gonna be Neva or Balatro. It'll be one of the two.
Let's give it to Neva because I'm pretty sure Balatro will have something else later. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
they
right,
give
what
me a
about-
lot of chances.
So now we have best community support.
This one's interesting.
No Man's Sky.
So I'm
This
gonna
one's
let y'all.
Dude, yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all.
I wish No Man's Sky would win. I wish it every year. Every year
I
comes
see
up,
it. I want No Man's Sky to win.
I want them to win because they have done amazing. But I think there's no way it beats Fortnite.
It's gonna go to fucking Fortnite or Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah,
I agree with you. I think No Man's Sky should win. I want 14 to win, but I know that the community is.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. I know that community 14 is just also not good.
Mm-hmm.
The game is great.
Yeah.
The community support is tragic. It shouldn't be on here, honestly.
And I don't know why Baldur's Gate 3 is on here, but that's just me.
Why is Helldivers 2 on here?
That's your guess
the
is as good as mine,
community-
brother.
I mean, the community is active. I wouldn't say it's great, but it is very active. Like if you're a part of the community, it's very active. There's still a lot of people
really
on the
saying,
subreddit
like,
and stuff.
For Helldivers 2, how do they get the community support when like Sony did the craziness with the didn't they block like 60 or so
they reversed.
countries?
They reversed it.
Well, no, they didn't reverse it.
Yes,
I
they
think
did.
what-
But they also
What
reversed.
they end up doing, there's like a back end thing with that. Like those people still can't play the game because it's just delisted from those stores. Like that was the only thing. It was like, oh well, we're just going to put it to where you can't even have a Sony account. You can't even get this game anymore.
No,
so like those people can't play.
I'm pretty sure they can still play the game. No.
Yeah, they took it
I don't
off.
think-
Let's look this up. Why are we arguing
me
about
see.
this? Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Helldivers 2 people still.
I'm letting y'all know we still have like 10 or 11 more categories to go through. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
We can research this because I think that's kind of important to kind of note it.
Yeah. Because I think I remember digging into this, and it's like those people still can't touch this game, and I can't remember whether or not they delisted it or it was something.
Okay, so what are we gonna vote for? Because we all want No Man's Sky to win.
Fortnite will win.
Fortnite will win.
But Fortnite, yeah, it's
All right,
stupid
we'll
metaverse.
say Fortnite's gonna win.
What is this?
The best ongoing game.
What is this?
Before we get into this, last year Cyberpunk 2077 Fan Liberty was on here, and I threw a whole ass fit, dude.
Oh, trust me, you and me both.
So I'm glad Elden Ring is now on this list.
Right.
The answer is Fortnite. The answer is Fortnite.
I'm giving it to 14. That's just my opinion.
It's Fortnite. Like
It's probably gonna be Fortnite. I want it to be 14 or Helldivers, but
yeah, like not even funny. It's not even close to actually who done the best ongoing. Fortnite has been consistent.
I don't know.
Every time.
I don't know. I disagree with you, but with that, I think 14's story and like what they've been trying to do over the past couple of like months and years with the game is good.
Yeah, but this thing is talking about people like things that evolves the player experience over time.
Yeah,
like if you're talking about that, like Final Fantasy has had so many ups and downs in their decisions that has lost players, gained players, lost players, gained players. Fortnite has pretty much been even kill, if not just continually growing since it's come out.
Yeah,
and it's free. Like I can't. The value proposition for Fortnite, minute to minute, beats anything on this list.
unfortunately, yes.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but
I still would never vote for Fortnite, but it's
yeah, I wouldn't vote for Fortnite for myself.
No, I mean like even not taking Fortnite's success into account and like not trying to be like, oh, I hate Fortnite, because like realistically, I don't mind Fortnite. I don't like it, but like I don't mind it. I still looking at the rest of these games on here, I wouldn't vote for Fortnite, but it's probably gonna win.
It'll be Fortnite. I would choose Destiny too.
I would choose Final Fantasy.
I would choose Final Fantasy.
Why is Diablo 4 on here?
That's a great question. I'm
That's
glad
a
you
good
noticed it.
Thank you.
Like,
Oh
it's
my
just
god!
weird.
I just realized that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
For
glad
what?
I'm glad someone else said something because I feel like I've been
Final
calling these
Fantasy has
out.
been out since what, 2008
13.
or 2009?
13.
2013? Is that after the Rebirth?
That was technically it started in 2010 and then
2010?
2013 was the rebirth, I think.
Okay, so 2013 for Final Fantasy. Destiny 2 was 2013. Why is Diablo on here?
Great question. I'm glad someone else said it.
What's your choice, Chris?
Destiny.
It's, I mean, who's gonna win Fortnite, but I actually, yeah, Destiny 2 would be better.
To be fair, they've at least in
Yeah.
the last like year or so, they've at least made
Yeah, yeah.
improvements. So
Yeah.
I'd rather have that over Diablo and Helldivers.
See.
Millions of dollars later.
2017.
All right, next category. We have games for impact.
What does this even mean?
Thought-provoking games
Like-
with a pro-social meaning. Basically, they're trying to. Yeah, I
Never.
mean, I'm gonna say Neva or
Yeah.
Senua's Saga.
Yeah. How is that an impact?
Double exposure.
Because
Oh God.
Your
Actually,
guess
the
is as
sad
good as
part
mine.
is Tales of Kinzera actually has some interesting stuff going on. It is
Mhm.
not even going to get looked at. So I'm
No.
just choosing Neva.
Yeah.
Just choosing Neva.
Neva's. I mean, realistically, it's going to be Neva or Closer the Distance. I don't know anything about
Pretty
it
much.
other than looking at that image, but I feel like it just resonated with that crowd.
Yeah.
So we'll say, or Life is Strange, because Life is Strange is just fucking full of a cult at this point.
so there are 4 choices of that could win. This
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
pretty much. I'm gonna
I
vote
would
for
go
Neva
for
because at least
okay,
Neva is like made by a studio that makes good games.
Yeah. Bro, what is this next
Innovation and
category?
accessibility.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Accessibility.
There you go. I'll read this
Recognize
definition for you. All right, hold on. Yeah.
Medium for by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by even wider audience.
Bro, what do you mean though? Like,
So like last year was a good example of this category actually recognizing something cool, which is Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 has a lot of good implementations for people that are blind or deaf to play this game. Obviously, if you're deaf, you just can't hear anything, so you can still kind of play the game and visually see it. But there's now a function in the game to where it makes noises and specific sound cues for like how close you are, certain moves to go out. So people that are deaf, or are not deaf, that are blind can actually play the game. And even at the most recent Evo that we had this year, there was somebody who was actually competing in Street Fighter 6 wearing a blindfold because he was blind, and he was winning.
Yeah. So that's what they mean by that. So
oh no, I get that, but I'm looking at the games.
These
on
games
here.
don't offer that kind of stuff. Like it's like
I think don't know about it. Yeah.
like these
COD
games I think just
does
offer
it.
the same things that like most other games do nowadays.
I will say Call of Duty has a lot of accessibility options. I will say that. But like innovation is the only
There's no
thing.
I was gonna say these for the most part, at least 3 of the games that I know of on here. I don't know about Star Wars Outlaws or Diablo.
Yeah, nothing.
But the other 3 have a lot of accessibility options, but like there's no innovation.
No, I'm gonna give it a Call of Duty because it's the biggest
Call of
game
Duty.
on here. People will
Yeah.
vote because Outlaws ain't gonna get it. Veilguard ain't gonna get it. Diablo, no, and sadly, Prince of Persia won't. So
It's gonna be Call of Duty.
All right.
Now we have best performance. So
This is voice acting.
yeah, this is voice
Melina.
acting.
I'm biased, so I already know my answer.
I mean, my answer goes to Brianna because
White?
yeah. And
I
then the
think
other
Jeremy
one, I would actually give it to either Melina because she does phenomenal, or I thought Luke Roberts in Silent Hill was fine. So,
By the way, I'm only saying Jergens because she has been like a staple in showcasing video game voice acting for a while.
Mhm.
That she's just a noticeable individual.
yeah.
All right.
So, Chris, who are you voting for?
I guess Luke Roberts because that's the only one that I've actually heard. Like
like his actual
gameplay of.
voice.
Yeah.
And then I think me and Jeremy are in the same boat. And
We're
then,
gonna win.
yeah. So do we think, who do we think is going to win? I think it's Melina. Like, it's going to be her.
I think Melina.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll vote for her. Just keep in mind, guys, me and Jeremy want Brianna White to win. She's got this. Audio design.
Hellblade.
I think it's Hellblade, and it's not fucking close.
No, it's not even close.
I
Actually,
think
I'll be quiet. Jeremy's in the room. Let me be quiet.
I'm
Let me
just,
think about it.
I'm
Let me
at
think
least
about
from someone that isn't in, people that actually work with sound design or anything like that. As a consumer who's at least experienced these games, Hellblade is the best one.
So first of all, let me get my bias out the way and say 7. I want 7 to win.
I want
Because of-
7 to win.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's a given.
Astrobot, bro, it's the same thing as the when it first came out. I know it uses the haptics feedback, which I didn't know that was an audio related thing until this year.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Mm.
I'm learning this as we speak.
I learned that from GDC this past year. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's great. Call of Duty, they don't really okay. What ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, that's what Call of Duty.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2, I don't really have much of a thought, but it's a survival horror. Hellblade 2, however, like if you play Hellblade 1 and the way they use like
A sound.
ambionics systems and recording, holy shit. Playing that game on headphones is the best.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the best.
if you play the first Hellblade not with headphones, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Hellblade is gonna win, but I want Final Fantasy to win. So
I want Final Fantasy to win, yeah. Okay. What about you, Chris? Any opinions?
Nah, not really. From what I've heard, yeah, Hellblade is insane with its audio design, so I hope that it wins. I don't see Call of Duty winning this one. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure somebody will vote for it, but yeah, I think Hellblade's.
Okay. Well, we'll say Hellblade. I think Hellblade's gonna win. Again, the Final Fantasy train continues. Score and music.
And music.
all right.
Oh.
Okay. Can I say something here?
Go ahead.
Sony, are you listening? We get it. Astrobot is a good fucking game. Why is it in score and music?
That's a good question. I'm going to disqualify Astrobot.
It's not on this list. Yes.
I haven't heard much about Silent Hill 2, so I can't give an opinion about that.
Did you ever play the original?
No.
I think Stellar Blade wins.
I think it's metaphor
Absolutely not.
Final Fantasy. It's not close.
Stellar Blade has good music.
Stellar Blade has
Metaphor
amazing
has-
music. Stellar Blade has amazing music.
It has music, but the problem is like you look at this list and
Come on. There's no way you're telling me Stellar Blade is going to be Nobuo Uematsu.
the problem
And
is like
There's no
Like
no, no.
you-
There's no way you're
No, I know.
telling me.
No, I know where he's coming from. Like, I get where he's coming from, and is because it is there again. Those two games specifically, Final Fantasy and Metaphor, are more niche. But even in the gaming sphere, if you don't play Final Fantasy, you know Final Fantasy music.
Right.
that is true, but at the same time, it's like I have no faith in humanity, so they will vote for Stellar Blade.
The
So, okay.
Gooners will
They will
goon.
vote for Stellar Blade.
Yeah. Okay, so
Remember she made this statement when they announced best score music. They will vote for Stellar Blade.
all right, so I'll make a note here. All 4 of the games, because Astrobot's not on my screen at the moment, have amazing soundtracks in their own right. Silent Hill 2 has an amazing atmospheric and beautiful soundtrack from top to bottom. And it's Silent Hill 2, just to give y'all an idea, the original Silent Hill 2 is my favorite horror game ever made. And I still believe that there hasn't been a horror game that's ever gotten close to matching what Silent Hill 2 did for me as a person. Stellar Blade is a great game, has amazing mechanics, and I'm glad that people are still willing to make games that with just like attractive people in it for the fuck of it. And we just, as a bonus, we got good gameplay. The level design and like the environment is beautiful and usually very creative, and the music is really good. I'm a fan. Now, when we're talking about these 4 games, Final Fantasy and Metaphor are above them, and it's not fucking close.
It's not close. at all.
Nobuo Uematsu is one of the most well-known composers in the world, not just for Final Fantasy and video games, but just in general as a composer, for good fucking reason, and he doesn't fucking miss. But
He
I will
doesn't,
say,
however,
I will say, metaphor.
Wait, what you say, Quan?
Oh, what?
No,
What
no,
did
no,
you?
go ahead.
No. You said yeah, he does miss.
I said he doesn't miss. However,
Okay. Oh.
there's no faith in humanity.
So yeah,
There's no
and then
faith
I
in
was gonna say
humanity,
metaphor, being a newer one, it's hard for me not to vote for Final Fantasy VII because the music is that good and it's also my favorite game of all time. But Metaphor's music, as an Atlas fan, I guess in general, their music also just doesn't fucking miss.
I think it's the same composer as Persona 5, which is also like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and they don't miss. And so, like I said, my votes go. My vote's gonna go to Final Fantasy because I think the notableness of the game itself, notableness, I don't even think that's the word. Anyways, I think it's gonna be the most recognizable and it'll win. Do I actually think it's gonna win? No, I think people are too fucking stupid. And Daquan's right. It's gonna be Silent Hill or Stellar Blade.
No, I think it's specifically Stellar Blade.
I'm saying my opinion is gonna go to Silent Hill or Stellar Blade.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what do you think?
With Daquan, it's gonna be Stellar Blade. There's no way. Like there's because and like again, this is another thing. Like we can talk about it off stream because there isn't another category. I'm gonna go with Stellar Blade because it could be another category that we can talk about off of it, but it's gonna be Stellar Blade.
It's gonna be Stellar Blade.
All right. Since me and Jeremy, we're gonna just say we're more right. We're gonna say Final Fantasy and go to the next one.
Right. I pray y'all are right.
Yeah. Okay,
for sure.
Okay, I need to also rant about this. Art direction. 4 of these are good. 4 of these are fine. I'm even willing to let Shadow of the Erdtree be here because I think what they did in Elden Ring in general, as far as art design and direction, has been fucking phenomenal. And in the DLC, it just continues. Why is Astrobot here?
Okay.
Why is Astrobot here when Stellar Blade could be here?
Okay, so
I'm so confused, bro.
Astrobot actually seems like it is viable for this one.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not viable, like it just has no right being here. I just think there's better options. Stellar Blade could have been here.
Well, if we're talking about like creative and technical achievements, it makes sense for what's on here versus Stellar Blade because Astrobot being as modular as it was made, Black Myth Wukong being a UE5 project that actually uses most of the UE5 systems. Elden Ring because Elden Ring looks the way Elden Ring does, I guess.
Yeah.
Metaphor having its own unique style, and like I wouldn't see Stellar Blade artistically standing up to any of these games.
Okay,
I can agree with you on that.
Like I don't think it even, and even for the ones listed here, if it was me putting this list, I wouldn't put Black Myth Wukong on here.
Why?
Because it just looks like a UE5 game with like some more fur on the characters. Like I hate to make that statement, but like if you took the fur off of Wukong and like actually not even the fur. If you take what's that game that came out not too long ago? First Ascendant. If you take First Ascendant and put a couple of fantastical creatures and like tune some of the post processing, you can get something similar to Black Myth for like vibes. Just running around in the desert because it's like I get it, like it is very specific to like Chinese mythology and stuff, but I don't know. I think people just might be more obsessed with the fact that it is Chinese mythology rather than it actually being like this outstanding technical achievement in art. Like it's
gotcha.
Yeah, that's just me. But
for me, I'm gonna disqualify Astrobot because we've seen it before. Black Myth Wukong looks good. I mean, I have no problems with that. Elden Ring looks good. I have no problems with that. My choice would be Metaphor because
my choice would be Metaphor.
Because it's pretty unique in art style, just like Neva. Neva's also unique.
Neva, I would be happy with this award going to Metaphor or Neva.
But for me, is about how unique does it look compared to anything else.
Yeah,
and for me, Metaphor does that.
But you think Black Myth is going to win?
Again, I have no faith in humanity, but Black Myth wins.
I actually think they're going to give it to Astrobot because it's Geoff Keighley's Game Awards. I actually like Geoff Keighley as a person, but like let's be honest, it's a sponsored run event, right? I think Astrobot's gonna win.
Oh, don't forget
I
about
would vote for
the
Astrobot
sponsored
if it was me.
Kojima segment too.
I'm just gonna say what? Sorry.
What'd you say, Jeremy?
The sponsored Kojima segment at the
Yeah,
Game
yeah,
Awards.
of course.
Oh yeah, sponsored Kojima Summit. I was gonna say that I'm just gonna put my vote for Neva because I like their first game. I haven't played this one, but I like their
was very
first game,
good.
and if it's anything like the first one, the art direction in that game was phenomenal, and I have no reason to think that it went down.
Right.
But yeah, I have yet to play that one specifically.
Okay, so we want Metaphor or Neva to win. I think we're pretty much all in
I want
agreement that
Astrobot to win.
I don't want Astrobot to win anything,
I
but
actually think this is the one category Astrobot should win, but it's specifically because it's a showcase of the PlayStation's like technical ability.
so do we want to just say
that's why I
Astrobot,
think
give it its
Astrobot.
one?
No, I
You
think
think- is
Astrobot loses here. I think Black Myth wins, but I wish Astrobot would win here so they can just get rid of it going forward.
How
So
many more times do we get to see it?
Who do you think's gonna win, Jeremy?
I think Metaphor is going to win.
What about you,
Damn.
Christian?
I think Wukong wins.
Okay,
We'll
I think
take-
Astrobot wins, but we'll vote for Black Myth because that's what the majority thinks.
I think Astrobot. I hope Astrobot wins. Actually,
Best
I hope they
narrative.
do.
Okay,
narrative.
what do y'all? I have my
Well,
thoughts.
I'll go with whatever you guys say.
My answer is always the same.
It's gonna
Final
be Final Fantasy or Metaphor.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy takes this.
I think this is like
Oh,
the
now you
one
think
they
this-
should take.
okay.
Well, it's a narrative. Like that's the whole point of redoing the Final Fantasy is to like show a different narrative. And out of the rest of these games, like, yeah,
Black Dragon is like,
like
cool. Metaphor is a brand new story. I heard,
Yeah, people
Singular
don't
Fact-
want
I
that.
heard Hellblade 2 was not really that good of a story narratively,
no.
and Silent Hill 2 is just as a remake. So,
Yeah.
hmm
Best game direction.
so this one has 6 games.
This one has 6 games. Yes.
It does. But realistically, only 2 of them matter. So let's go ahead and
Oh,
give it to
after
Final
Black-
Fantasy 7.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy 7 is the
This is
option.
the one that it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Because I
agree.
think Final Fantasy 7 is a well enough game. It's gonna take certain things, but because I know how people are, it's not gonna win Game of the Year.
No.
Because
Can I just say something real quick?
Mhm.
Mhm.
I don't understand why Bellatrix is on here for game direction. That confuses me because while it is innovative, I'm just like, compared to the rest of the games on here, I don't think it holds a candle.
Chris, have you seen the entire list yet?
Is there more?
No. Have
do
you
you
seen all? Have you seen all the categories?
No.
This is his first time
I'm seeing
seeing
it as we go. I'm seeing it as we go.
That game in your mind still.
Okay.
Keep
Going
that game
forward.
in your mind.
Okay.
But my vote is also Final Fantasy.
All right, we're gonna.
Yeah. Okay. I think Final Fantasy takes this one. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go ahead and go to the last one. Game of the Year.
What? This is the exact same page.
Yes.
This is the exact same page.
I'm glad you
Looks
have eyes too.
Oh
It's
my
different to me, man.
god!
I don't know.
You gotta be kidding me. I feel like I have this conversation at least with Alan like every year, where I was like, why is it always the same couple games in every category?
So now
there's so
this is
many
where
games.
I have to cut it off. Why is Shadow of the Erdtree in Game of the Year?
You know that argument I made earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it back. It shouldn't be here.
It shouldn't be here.
It shouldn't be
For
here.
me,
It's a great
I
DLC. I think it's amazing, but I don't think it should be here.
I disqualify Elden Ring and Bellatrix
Yeah, they shouldn't be here.
already.
I mean, I don't even want Astrobot up here, so I mean,
I don't want that either. My opinion, who is going to win,
Yeah.
is Black Myth.
who I want to win, is
It's Final Fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Myth will win this.
I think Black Myth is gonna
Honestly,
win.
I hate to be contradictory when I make the statement about DLCs, but
I'm already shutting that down. Shut up.
I just
Look, back what I said. I think it can win in certain categories.
Mhm.
I don't think it should win in Game of the Year.
there should be a separate category for the best
Oh.
DLC or best remake or best remaster or something.
Here's the problem though with the name of any of this, right? Like game of the year. Who decides what a game is?
Mm.
Because if we can't answer that as a collective community, then
I think we'll never come to an agreement, but I will
No.
say when Shadow of the Erdtree was listed and shown off and released as a DLC downloadable content that's not the game, I think we're all in agreement that it's not a game.
well, no, we're saying it's not a game, but it still has a release cycle like a game.
Release.
Like-
I know, I understand what you're
Like
saying.
it's still a game. Like it's just to a like
I understand your opinion, but if you didn't buy it, why is this on the list? A
But
DLC,
if it's
a
paid,
downloadable
then it
content
counts.
cannot be game of the year.
But if it's paid DLC, does it count?
No.
No,
Okay.
If when I bought the game Elden Ring and it doesn't come with it, it's not the game. It's just DLC. Just like the Call of Duty maps, that's not part of Call of Duty. I don't count that as part of the overall game of Call of Duty. It's just extra maps.
again,
Now,
if
obviously, it's
Rebirth
different
came out
download, you know,
if Rebirth came out with DLC this year and it was on this list, I would have the same opinion.
same opinion.
Yeah, I'm just in my mind I'm thinking about some of the best times people have had in gaming, and a lot of the time has been with
So-
DLC.
So if Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, and Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty came out in the same year, that should be its own separate category.
There probably should be a DLC of the year type of category.
I think there should be.
Should be.
Because
However-
let's be honest, right? Because Elden Ring isn't the only one releasing DLC this big for their games. Like as far as like an expansion, right?
Diablo 4, Vessel of Hadra came out this year.
Yeah,
Is
so,
that now
like-
DLC? Or
And
an
then like you
expansion?
can also make the argument for MMOs, right? They release a whole fucking expansion that does not only massive story, they have new parts of the map, new classes, new abilities. Sometimes systems get reworked. Like that's a full on
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, it's
extra
technically-
game. Why is that not a DLC of the year or an expansion of the year?
Sure.
I don't even know, dude. This is a trash list.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
This
Because
is
like I
straight
said,
up
realistically,
Funny
3
thing
of
is-
these games are the only ones that should be up here. Half of this list shouldn't be up here.
With the amount of like community support that from like Helldivers when it came out, that's not even on this list, which is kind of weird to me.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well,
Didn't even notice that.
Helldivers is also, bro. I ain't gonna go off on it right now. We ain't gonna.
No, man, we're here now.
That's what we're
Quan.
here for. We gotta get it out.
Bro, I'm gonna say this, and I want anybody watching this video to understand me. Helldivers 2 is not that good of a game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you. But there's a reason most of the people that played 2 didn't play 1.
Yeah.
Just like with The Witcher 3. Most of them did not play 2 or 1. So folks can rally around games and hop in, but that don't make it fun. It don't make it good.
I was
It
gonna
just makes it
say
relevant.
hot take to continue Daquan's. I agree.
Yep. Like I'm sorry. It was actually no, sorry, not sorry. Demi Lovato. There you go.
You know,
Right, right.
what I consider a good game is a game that I can play with friends or by myself. If I can't enjoy
Yeah.
the game by myself, it's not a good game. Now, I
And
know you
without
can make the argument.
recommendation.
Yeah, and I know you can make the argument like, oh, I play Helldivers by myself all the time. Good for you, bro. You're fucking weird. I don't do that. Just like Overwatch, I don't play Overwatch by myself,
okay.
so therefore I don't consider that a
No,
good
it's
game.
weird. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
it's weird.
That's kind of weird. I mean, you can enjoy it, I guess, but
Like,
most
there's
people that
okay.
play Overwatch,
Now let me
got, like, a
rephrase this
squad.
right. If you play games like those by yourself, and I'm sitting here making fun of you, like don't actually take it. I'm not super serious. You can enjoy what you want, but I'm saying like that's what I don't consider those good games because I can't enjoy them on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are games I can't enjoy my own either. Like for me,
Pretty
like for a long time, I
Like
couldn't
League of
enjoy-
Legends, I can't play
Like-
League of Legends by myself, and I love
Like-
League of Legends.
Like for a long time for me, I couldn't play Destiny 2 by myself.
I still can't do that.
So I had to play with someone else. But I can play with by myself or somebody else. But anyway, Chris, what's your answer?
Yes. For game of the year, who will win? Wukong. Who should win? None of these.
Go on.
Black Myth.
Alan.
What should win is Final Fantasy VII. What's gonna win is probably Black Myth.
By the way,
Yeah,
if Astrobot does win this,
I'm riding. I'm going out in the
if
street.
Astrobot wins this, I will uninstall For Honor and will not reinstall if Astrobot wins.
You're gonna play Astrobot instead?
Well, just
No, I don't have the
just to let you guys know, at least me and Jeremy, we're planning on being in Discord to watch the Game Awards live, and we're going to be restreaming it on Twitch, which means you guys were going to be tagged along also, so people can get our live reaction of me getting up, throwing my chair across the room, and leaving the room if Astrobot wins.
Real quick for me, I want 7 to win. It's probably gonna be Black Myth.
Yeah, I think Black Myth is what's going to win. Unfortunately,
and for all you and realistically, it's probably gonna be Elden Ring, and I'm gonna hate you people for it so much.
So I'm gonna.
No, I don't even think Elden Ring has a chance.
I don't
against
think
Black
so.
Myth.
I think Black Myth is going to win.
Yeah, the numbers are similar on
Just
Steam for how many people did it, but
my hope in humanity, man, is just
yeah, pretty much.
All right, so that's all we had planned for today. We just kind of wanted to go over it. Clearly, we had our very strong opinions about this, which I mean, I think kind of goes every year with the Game Awards. Realistically, I'm a fan of the Game Awards, and I like what Geoff Keighley is trying to do, but we also understand, or you people have to understand, that he can't do this shit without like the sponsorship and the extra money to be able to make it work. So I think people take it a little too seriously. I enjoy it because it's a lot of dumb fun and it creates arguments like these, but I also just like showing up for all the trailers and stuff. So personally, I always look forward to this time of the year, but I know a lot of people have different opinions.
Say one thing with this Geoff Keighley thing. I think he's overdoing this. It doesn't take this much money and resources to do one of these type of shows.
I wouldn't know. So
well, I'm saying like he's renting out these massive buildings and having his full production scale for stuff happening, and he could just as easy get like a newsroom location, like where CNN and them are doing things. Just rent that thing, do a little bit of decoration, some slight stuff, and gamers are happy. They don't care about
because I mean,
let's get in an entire like symphony to play all the music for your games and stuff. It's like, bro, no one cares.
So I think there's I was about to say, because I actually kind of like having the orchestra play like the Game of the Awards nominees and stuff. I like those kinds of things. I do agree that they shouldn't like necessarily, like, let's be honest with gamers, like if it was more of like an online event and we just watched and it wasn't like this big ass venue, like you can still do really big things in just an online venue location where you're recording it with like a symphony. You can still have guests come on, but it's, I think Geoff Keighley likes the old school E3 big ass venue, the theatrics. And I think that's where a lot of those issues stem from. But I think if it was just an online venue, we wouldn't have those things where like, people get caught off on their thanking things, and a lot of those issues wouldn't be there for sure. But like, I'm glad that we at least still get it. But yes, there could be way better ways to do this and not as much money.
I agree. For me, I want to give developers props for making good games.
100%.
My problem is the segments in between those things. Like I don't mind like the trailers and stuff like that, but like the 30-minute conversation,
like ad reads and stuff. Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, I like Kojima.
I like him. I don't like his 45-minute segments.
We don't need an hour segment of Kojima every year. We don't.
Tell that to Kojima.
Tell that to Kojima.
Does he know that?
He probably does. Let's be honest. It's probably Geoff Keighley dragging him up there.
Right. Like that's my own problem, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's most people's problems with the Game Awards. On top of like,
I think
there's too much. There's too much influence behind the scenes on what gets awards, and I think that's just like a tinfoil hat. But like, I think there's way too much of that going on. Too much like nepotism, and it's like we should be truly just celebrating who just did a good job, who did a great game.
For me, it's getting closer and closer to the Oscars and Grammys.
It's getting there.
I'm beginning to care less and less about it.
Yeah, very much. Pretty much.
So
honestly, last thing for me, I don't know
Yeah.
why For Honor is not on that ongoing support list because they have been going strong for a long time.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six
Okay.
Siege, like some actual good games, but it's Ubisoft we talk about, so maybe that's why they're not on there for PR reasons.
I was about to say, because I mean, like, I hate. I mean, as much as I hate Rainbow Six Siege, I can at least give them the respect that they are a good game and they've been going strong for a while. Do I agree with their decisions on like the skins and stuff like that, or even the monetization of those skins? Not so much, but at least gameplay wise, and like, there's a reason the community is so devoted, right?
Like League and Valorant, those games are ongoing games.
Yeah, Valorant, I don't know why it's not on there, or League of Legends. I guess because they're considered like best multiplayer or like whatever the other categories they were in. So they just don't want to put them in this category as ongoing
They
support.
got put on the eSports category.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because, I mean, let's be honest, those types of games are considered more like, if you're playing those like seriously, you're trying to be more competitive and esport-ish. Whereas like people that just really like For Honor or Rainbow Six Siege, like they just like playing it. Maybe, I don't know. That could be my only distinction for it, but like I could make an argument for Rainbow Six Siege being on there. I think because For Honor, despite it being a strong game and having that devoted community, it's way smaller than the rest of them. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's part of it because it's not such a big community that like putting them on there would be like, you know, say what you want. It's not enough publicity to put them on there.
Yeah, people looking like, what is this?
Yeah. So like, why would we be reminded of this company that's already going down the shitter and then this game that people forgot about 4 years ago?
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and end it off on that very depressing note.
We will. Yes. And then we'll talk about Marvel Rivals.
Yes, and then we are going to talk about Marvel Rivals the next week after that because I am excited. Daquan's excited. We'll try to all play together and we'll see if we're still friends afterwards. So tune in for that.